And I'm insisting on my tea.
Yes. I'm going to start the video.
Okay. Okay. It's hot.
Yeah.
Do you need to hold?
It's okay. Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so we are back with another video. I like how I'm saying that, like, we are a regular
I know.
duo on the
This is
channel.
the second one.
Anyway, due to popular demand, I brought back a guest.
Apparent popular demand.
Yes. The video we have together, which I'll put somewhere up above our heads, has the most views on my channel. So that's the popular demand.
Okay.
Yes, but yeah, so anyway, I'm Soila. I feel like if you're here, you know that because I'm a really tiny channel. But Ika, please introduce yourself.
I'm Ika Nemanyara. Nemi. You can call me Nemi. Soila doesn't call me Nemi, but you can call me Nemi.
Where are we right now?
We're in France.
Yeah, so I like how you're waiting for me
Was
to
it
do that
supposed-
with
yeah,
you.
like,
No, I was just waiting for you to
And I was
say.
like, how dramatic should it be? Like, I didn't even know we were going to introduce.
I was
like,
looking at you at the side of my eye, like, I'm not doing whatever you're doing with you.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you can see Soila is a globetrotter. Girls, hashtag.
So apparently I'm with a hologram because I don't know. Apparently I'm living and globetrotting.
Well, I'm
But
currently here. So
yeah, Ika is in
yes.
France and I came to visit her for some TLC,
Hey,
some
why not?
New Year's, Christmas TLC. We were in Belgium doing tourism and then now me I just came here for chilling, chillaxing.
And Kenyan food.
And Kenyan
Ugali.
food. Guys, I ate ugali, but okay, you know, this is giving the impression that I can't cook. Please understand, the ingredients are not
Oh, yeah.
available in Czech Republic,
Yeah, that's the thing.
and they are a bit more available in France.
We're
So
going to send you with 5 packets of unga.
packets. Yeah, okay, I was going to take
Kg.
one. Cage. Anyway, let's just get on with this, please. We're doing the New Year's bookish tag. I'll even put her in the title. I can't remember the channel name who came up with the tag. I'll put her in the title and also her channel in the description. And then I saw Thistle and Verse, another booktuber, do this tag, so I'll put her channel and her video as well in the description. So click the description is what I'm trying to say. Yes, down there. I know it's so weird when they point because it's like, where are
Yeah,
we pointing?
yeah.
Just down. Okay.
Just
anyway.
have to.
Yeah. So okay, let's begin. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so right on to the questions. First question, best books or series that you read in 2021?
So for sure, the first book I read of the year, which last year was such a good start of the reading year for me. I read Traveling While Black by Nanjala Nyambola. It's like semi-autobiographical where she's talking about her own experience as a Kenyan woman. She's traveled a lot, so she's just, each chapter she talks about a different experience she's had in a different country and also a different aspect of traveling while black. So there's the racism, her experience as a political analyst, human rights lawyer, someone who is black within that space, and then just she's traveled to so many places and done so many things, and it caught me at such a good time because at the time I read it I was in Denmark, and by that time I had also had a lot of experiences traveling while black, so it's like as a black woman especially
Relatable.
So it was very #relatable.
Hey.
Yes, and we discovered like maybe now it's been 30 minutes ago that Ika likes biographies. So
Imagine.
Ika, you should
Yeah.
actually find
Yeah.
one time find
Yeah.
that book
Okay, definitely.
and
recommendation.
read it. Yeah.
Okay.
And also you, dear viewer. Yeah, it's really good.
Cool.
And then what other book? I also really liked The Order of the Pure Moon Reflected in Water by Zencho. I don't know, I remember that. I'm proud of myself. I think I usually just call it The Order of the Pure Moon, but it's a novella basically. It's like 40 pages, or it's just short. I can't remember the number of pages. Maybe even a bit more, a bit less than that. And it's almost fairy tale like in that it's short. It takes place in a fictional past in Asia, I think Malaysia. I'm not sure which Asian country, but it's fictional and it's like historical fantasy, and it's just so quirky and weird, and I just loved it. It's basically about a monk who like teams up with bandits to do something. It's such a short book. If I say anything more, I'll just spoil. But it's so weird, even how it ends. You're just asking so many questions, but then you've just had such a nice experience where you're like, okay, I think I like the mystery of how it ended. So but it's not it's a satisfying end despite the brief nature of it. And then series. So I finally read all the books in the Dead Gene universe by P. Jelly Clark, and like Master of Gene, which is the first full-length novel in the series, was my second last read of the year, and it was amazing. It's basically like Sherlock Holmes. Oh, cool. But it takes place in Cairo around the same time Sherlock Holmes takes place, which is like early 1900s.
That's just a coincidence.
No, I'm trying to like put the setting for people. Okay. And then the main character is a black woman. A black Muslim woman. But it's just so interesting because it's fantasy. So there's like flying trams, like trams in the air. It's what is it called? Not cyberpunk. Steampunk.
Oh yeah, I remember. You talked about this in one of your videos.
Yeah. In fact, my first video on this channel was about one of the other books in the series, so I'll also put that somewhere above our heads. And then I had a live with Sandra, my co-host of the African Fantasy reading club, slow reading club, which I'll also link. So by the way, at the end of this, you better click the description because I'm going to have to put so many things that I'm mentioning there. So we had just a discussion at the end of our reading period, and it was an amazing experience. So that was a really nice series. And then I read a ton of manga, and which were not new to me. So I don't know. I feel like I'll make a video about manga I like. Like manga I reread often or something like that. And then I'll talk about them there probably.
You actually reread manga?
Yes. Actually, it's like, what is it called? It's like comfort reading. So that's why I even read 100 and whatever books. Because most of them were just manga.
She read 102 books in 2021, guys. Some of us who read like barely 8 books. This is like, what are we doing?
No, but for me it's a hobby, you know. So in the reading world, people read 400 books, like novels.
I mean, can we not bring them into the picture?
Let's not. Let's not. Okay. So next.
Okay, so
question.
A second question. Authors that you discovered this year and would like to read more from. So I guess that's last year.
Yeah. So actually, I'm going to mention Shelley Parker Chan, who wrote She Who Became the Sun. And I'm mentioning her because I just realized I didn't mention her for the first question, but it's fine. It's also Asian historical fantasy, and it's written the writing style it's quite lyrical and it's hardly found in fantasy writing. It's mostly found in maybe literary fiction, where it's just like, the writing style is part of the experience. It's almost like poetry-ish, like, but it's fantasy. I found that so intriguing. So I was like, hello, lady, I'm aware of all your other books. So, okay, She Who Became the Sun is a duology, so I cannot wait for the second book. And I think she has other stuff out, like short stories. So I'll just go find all her things, because I was like, why have I never read this person before? But this is me. My TBR is like so long, it's not even funny.
Yeah. And this afternoon we also just like we're talking about Markle Smith. And want to read.
Do you know how many things I have to read, guys? It's endless. In fact, Sandra was just making fun of me with my TBR on Goodreads is almost 800 books.
Oh, really?
But for me, I don't take it like I have to read all these books. I usually just use it as a library of books that I should be looking out for. So if I see a book and I'm like, oh, this looks interesting, I might want to read it, I'll put it on my TBR just so I don't forget. So I'm not actually going to read all those books. But yeah, it's fine.
Or at least not read them within the year.
Yeah, definitely in my life.
Yeah.
And then the question was authors you discovered.
Yeah.
I also read Shadow Walkers by Mutende Writes, and he's a Kenyan comic illustrator and writer. And so he actually wrote a novel called Shadow Walkers, and then he's turning it into a series of comic books. So I read the first volume of the comic book, and I really liked it. It was quite interesting. It's this mythical African nation, I guess, or nations, and he's inserted actual myths that I know. So like there's Luanda Magere is in it, cool. And I can't remember which. I think the Amazons from West Africa. Which West African country are they from? I think officially, like in real life speaking, they're the only known full female army ever that has ever existed, like in real life. So of course a lot of fictional stuff has been done based off them. I think the Amazons, like in DC, that whole idea of just fighting force made of women. So but now they're like from where they actually are in West Africa, and then so it's a very interesting setting in terms of I actually recognize some of the myths that he's inserting, and he's turning them into real people, and now they're doing things. It's really interesting. So of course I just read volume 1. I think volume 2 is out, I'm not sure, but I can't wait to read more of his stuff. I've known of him, but I've never actually got my hands on any of his comics, so I was very excited to read his stuff, and I can't wait to read more.
Cool stuff. All right, the best book turned movie or TV adaptation in 2021, or most anticipated adaptation for 2022, or both?
So I don't care about adaptations. So the only thing I mention, not that I don't read, I watch them or consume them. I just don't look forward to them, and I never even know when they're happening. Then I'm like, oh. I think I'll mention there's a comic I started reading, a manga I started reading called Spy Family, where it's so weird. Okay, I don't know if you have time, but there's a small kid who can read minds, and then she gets adopted by a guy who's like a spy for his government. And then for the mission he's on, he needs a fake family. So he adopts the kid and he gets married to a wife. I can't remember what the excuse is, but she's also a spy. So everyone is a spy. In that family, everyone is hiding something. So the kid is hiding the fact that she can read minds. Both the parents are hiding the fact that they are spies, and I think they're spies for the opposing nations of the fictional place they are living in. So it's really funny. Anyway, an anime is being made, so that counts as an adaptation. It's not mainstream, but and then I watched and read Dune, which I'll put up here somewhere. I talked about it in length. So those are the ones I can mention. I actually don't know anything else that's being adapted, by the way. So let me know in the comments which stuff is coming out in 2022.
All right. Have your reading habits changed at all this year? And have you gotten into any new genres? How many books did you read in 2020? Like, did you record that?
So my average between in 2020 and 2019, which is the 2 years, I started my Goodreads at the end of 2018. So my average is 70, because I think 2019 I read 72 or something like that, and then 2020 I read 75. So that's my actual average when I'm not just solely binging on comics and manga. So honestly, the one thing 2021 gave me towards the end is that I'm now just focusing on reading fantasy and science fiction. Like, I'm done with being distracted by the online book community and all the books they like reading. Do you know what happens? Like, when a book comes out, now everyone is reading it, everyone is reviewing it, everyone is... I'm just like... And then there's this pressure. It's just like peer pressure, I guess you would call it, to get in on it.
Yeah. Does it mean the reviews might not actually be as authentic because
that's
of that
a
pressure?
thing. That's a thing in the book community. Hey, let's not get there. But people being accused of, you guys are all just reading the same books.
Yeah.
And you're all... there's no way you can all like it. So me, I'm just there actually, I don't even like reading books that people are reading. I find it so hard because there's this weird pressure, so I can't even read in peace. So I like reading things that no one is reading in a way. So one thing 2021 has given me is just that I'm focusing on SFF. That's it. So this is basically an SFF channel. Welcome.
I just learned what SFF is.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
And fantasy. It's a new dispensation. What's that meme? It's a new dispensation. I'm sure there's at least one person watching this. It's a Nigerian meme.
Okay.
I think from a Nigerian movie. I'll find it.
So don't even.
Yeah, so that's now, I'm just embracing that. And someone added me to a Twitter list of SFF reviewers. And I was like, wait, I haven't even started. I don't even know what. Exactly. That's how I felt. And I'm like, but I haven't done anything.
Yeah,
anyway.
just go with the flow, man.
I'm going with the flow.
For sure. All right. Gosh, I'm a bit lost. Okay. Question number 5. Favorite ship, in brackets romantic or platonic, of the year, or new favorite character?
I mean, I think I'll just mention... I loved the characters in... what's it called? The Order of the Pure Moon Reflected in Water by Zencho. They were all, as I mentioned, the book is so quirky, and that's because of the characters, honestly. So all of them were so funny, and it was just so weird. Like, a monk who is like a religious person is teaming up with bandits. So you can just imagine the shenanigans that ensued. Yeah, it was just all the characters there were funny. In terms of ships, I think I like in the Dead Gene universe by P. Jelly Clark, City and Fatma, they were such a good pair. Honestly, go them. They were very interesting to read. And then also I like the main character of She Who Became the Sun. I feel like I'm just mentioning it because I just read it recently. But no, I think Zhu is their name, and they're just so determined. You know, mostly main characters, it's like, oh no, I'm the chosen one, oh no, I'm clumsy, I don't know what I'm doing. Zhu is like, I'm going to become the king. I'm going to be, I'm going to, I'm just like, can I have such clarity in life? Like, even in my real life, I want to be that sure.
Clarity, confidence.
Yeah, clarity, confidence, strategy.
Yeah.
Wow. It's, guys, we can rate main characters who are not confused. Who knew? Because I feel like there's this need for having the character arc where they go from not knowing anything and then they're growing and then now we're done with that. In 2022, we only want competent people.
I've never thought about it like that. But
yes, I think I've read a couple of stories now with the people who know what they're doing, and I'm like, actually, I don't know what I'm doing, so I also don't want to read people who don't know what they're doing.
We're delving deeper into the confusion. So
let's know exactly. Let's know what we're doing now. Yeah, so I think I like those characters.
Cool. Have you started? Well, I think we kind of talked about this. Have you started planning your TBR for 2022? And how many books do you hope to read?
I don't do TBRs. my TBR is just my library of books that are on my reader, but I don't have a like, okay, these are the books I'm reading this month, these are the books I'm reading this year. I can't do that. The only thing I have is I'm in 2 reading groups this year. One is the African Fantasy Slow Reading Club with me and Sandra. We have a whole list. I'll put it in the description of books we're reading this year, books and magazines. And then there's a Kenyan fantasy support group, because fantasy books are so hard to find in Kenya. So Julie and John, I think, started them. I'll put their Instagram handles if you want to go and DM them to add you. I don't know. So they also have a reading list for books to be read this year. So I won't read all of them, but I'll try to read some, because they're all fantasy and most of them I want to read. But I'm getting out of reading YA. That's another thing 2021 gave me. I'm done with young adults. I started so many young adult things and I was just like, guys, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. So we'll see. I'll try.
Such a grown up.
Yeah, I know. Imagine this is is
Such
this
a
my
grown-up.
second coming of age?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so glad.
Here
And
it is
like
unfolding.
inside my head I'm like screaming, but that's not the point. Adulting is coming.
Hey, embrace
yeah,
it.
it's the year I turned 25, so literally I guess I'm supposed to be having a midlife crisis.
Quarter life.
I mean, quarter life crisis, so okay, it's fine. But yeah, TBRs make me nervous.
Okay, I get that. Will you participate in any reading challenges or readathons?
So the 2 I've mentioned are the ones
Yeah.
that I'm taking part in. That's all.
Yeah.
There are so many though. Please find some. There are so many fun ones that exist. It's a good way to get yourself to read more. And you just don't need to read 10 million things. Just read 1 book per month in the year. And there are reading challenges that can help you do that. So I have a friend who told me she's doing that, and I was like, go you girl. Because reading for pleasure is honestly, it's really nice.
Great. Finally, the last question. Any New Year's resolutions or goals? Bookish, blogging, vlogging, or otherwise?
The only thing is, I want to just create. That's it. I don't have any extra things. As I said, SFF content.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my only now pivot. But otherwise, I don't have any hard goals. As I always tell people who meet me, like, my YouTube channel is the least of my priorities. That's why, for example, this video is not edited. I've stopped editing. Otherwise, I won't make anything. So I said, let me just make, post. The lighting now sucks. We were trying to get the lights,
the natural light, but we missed it.
We came home and then camera troubles. 10 million other troubles,
and the light is out by 4 p.m.
So
we're sorry.
It's sad, but imagine. I hope you're listening to this even as a podcast, as you're washing dishes. I don't know. I hope at least the sound is fine enough for you to be doing other things as you listen. But honestly, I just want to create as much as I can, as more than I did last year, because last year I basically didn't do anything. I just posted maybe the recent one, honestly. The one I posted on Dune. Dune, I think,
No.
I'm not joking. Which other did I post?
I don't know.
Because I posted 2 at the end of 2020.
Was that the one that you talked about? African, what was it? Genies and that's... Was that the one?
I posted 2 this last 2021.
I think 3 or 4. But
no,
anyway,
3. Okay, I posted one for African Horror Month.
Yeah.
And then one for Dune. Those are the only 2 I posted. So in the whole of 2021. It was bad. So literally my only thing is I wanna read more. Yeah. And also I can't believe I forgot to mention one of the books I liked was a compilation of short stories by African SFF writers. And I also discovered lots of authors in there, people I knew already, but some who I didn't know. And it's not I read a horror collection, which, yeah, that was just horror, and I'll leave it in the description and up here or whatever. As we said, this is the video for looking in the description.
Yeah.
But all the stories were so unique. It's called The Year's Best African Speculative Fiction 2021 Volume 1. It was edited by Ogene Chovwe Donald Ekpeki, and yeah, just edited by him, and then he selected his favorite African speculative fiction stories for 2021. So it was also a good way to catch up on like some of these stories, because they're all just short story fiction. Like African fantasy and sci-fi thrives on short stories. In the authors are published in different magazines. So yeah, sometimes it's hard to just read all of them throughout the year and read as many. So it was nice to catch up and to also just read them in one collection by someone who had thought through the ones they're picking to make it into a collection. So there was robots, everything from robots to juju to ghosts, like everything was there. So it was very interesting. But yeah, honestly, I just want to create. I hope you will be here listening to me. I can't even, because I always have video problems. So I just hope you're just listening to this as a podcast.
Oh my gosh.
I know the lighting. Yeah, anyway, it's okay. We have like 2 minutes.
A for effort.
To sign out.
Cool. Go right ahead.
Okay, now what am I saying? You know, before we started, because was like, you're not editing. I'm like, I'm not editing. Like, we'll just chat, just talk. Yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening and or watching. At least you've seen Ika's face again. Oh my goodness.
Thanks so much for having me.
You know, Ika thinks booktube is like this sacred place where you can't even walk with shoes on.
I'm so unworthy to be here because, like, surely I'm not the...
Like, what? Please write in the comments and just laugh at Ika. Just write, haha, name me, or Ika. No, I never know which name to tell people to call you.
Gosh,
write, haha, name me in the comments.
Cool.
There's no corner of YouTube of this. It's not an actual corner, especially for me. Like, I get like 10 views, so I was waiting.
Whatever, you are signing out. Let's just sign out.
Woo, okay, so guys, thanks for joining me. I finished my tea. Green
tea. Green mint tea.
Green mint tea.
Yes, I'm halfway.
Yeah. Okay. What is au revoir since we're in France? Or what do you say bonsoir? Why do they say bonne journée? What's bonne journée and
good day?
And bonjour?
It's the same.
So what's the difference?
It's the way you can say bonsoir, bonsoiré, bonjour. Okay, well, bonne journée is like have a good day, but bonjour is more of just hello, like the greeting. Yeah, but bonsoir, bonsoiré is the same.
Okay. Bonsoir. Alright, bye. Ish, sawa, sorry. Maybe I close the kitchen with its sounds.
It captures so little. I mean, it captures so much.
Maybe, I don't know, but it's good to just minimize